got the work truck here, and it's time to install the rear end. Now I got quite a bit of work ahead of me. Take the old rear end out, take the parking brake out, new one in, hook the brake lines back up, parking brake back up, bleed the system, do the brake-in procedure, and change out the speedometer gears inside the transmission and get the speedometer correct. So got a little bit of work to do, got a little time to do it. I may or may not get it all done today. I'll give it a shot. It's already pretty late today, but you know what, there's no time like now to start on it, so let's go ahead and just get that old one taken out now. Alright, this is pretty sad when this is a lot easier than your impact. Not to mention faster. But I guess since this is easy, everybody will be doing it. And of course, well, not everything goes according to plan anyway, so well, the good news is they're going on a lot easier than they came off, at least. So at least there's that. So now I'm going to tighten these down, tighten the shocks down, reinstall the drive shaft, hook up the tube back to the differential, connect the brake lines, finish the brakes, and make sure they're all good, then bleed everything. Then I'll put the wheels and tires back on, because what I'll do is I'll go ahead and bleed it without the rear wheels on it. That way it's going to be a lot easier to get to the bleeder valve. Alright, day 2. So far, after getting, well, you can probably hear the thunder. After getting the rear end bolted in place, tightening the bolts back was way easier. My drive shaft is at the drive shaft shop because I had to get a different U-joint, and I have bad luck with U-joints, usually because of little needle bearings. So I decided to let them do it, and I'm going to go ahead and have it balanced while it's out because I've never had that drive shaft balanced, so just to be on the little safe side. So now I'm working on the brakes. The camera's going to have to go away while I'm working because of you hear the thunder. And yep, I don't know if you can tell how dark it's getting, but I guess there's a storm coming up, so I'm going to try to just hammer down on this and get as much done as I can. See what happens. Yeah, so camera's going to go away just in case, because I don't want the camera to get wet, obviously. And well, hopefully when the camera comes back on, I'll at least make some progress. So we got the rear end in, took it for a little drive, tested it out. Burnouts worked pretty good. Drove it down to the gas station and back. Brakes still need some work. I bled them a couple times. Still a little spongy. Still trying to get them, make sure they're adjusted right, all that good stuff. And unfortunately my drive shaft was already making a squeaking noise. I drove it out from behind the house, it wasn't. Once I started playing with the brakes, started getting some noise, so I'm gonna have to look into that. While I was driving it down there, of course I greased it just to make sure, well, the U-joints, and almost during part of the drive it sounded like a little bit of howling, which I'm hoping it's not, because that would be a pain right now. But it is what it is, so give it a little bit more time, test it out, drive it a couple more times to break it in, and see what happens. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and as always, thanks for watching.